I feel doubly honored to have been invited to deliver a lecture in memory of Dr. P.K. Rajan, for whom I had the highest respect as a committed academic, a distinguished thinker, an able administrator, and the founder editor of the Littcrit magazine, a unique magazine, unique particularly for its subtitle, An Indian Response to Literature. So I am delivering the lecture, and I am also releasing the 90th issue of Littcrit. That's why I said this is in fact a double honor. I have gone through part of the content of the Littcrit magazine sent to me as PDF on my mail, and I'm extremely happy to launch this special number on Marxism, which also, as I said, happens to be its 90th issue, something to really celebrate when it comes to the fate of literary magazines in general in Kerala and in India, maybe the world over. Especially because I have been a regular reader of this journal and an occasional contributor. So I knew, as I said, Rajan very well, especially as the editor of Littcrit, even more than as a teacher of a high caliber. I think this issue is being released at a very, very special moment in the history of Marxist thought, and of course in the history of the world, where there is a kind of retreat of Marxism from praxis, and at the same time a retrieval of a lot of basic principles of Marxism, which alone can help us understand what exactly is going wrong with the world today. So there is a universal agreement among Marxist intellectuals that Marxism needs to escape from its nostalgia for the past models of the kind of socialist projects which had been tried in countries like USSR and China, that for internal as well as for external reasons turned out to be disastrous to the original communist idea of establishing an egalitarian and truly democratic world order, an idea which is still completely valid. And there is a compulsion to take a hard look at the theoretical silences of Marxism as well as its practical failures, while not abandoning the critique of capitalism and the dream of an alternative social model that it had put forward, which both of which remain extremely relevant today, and perhaps it has gained more relevance today than ever before. One cannot fail to see the organic connection between the proliferation of theory and the crisis of praxis that characterize Marxism today. At times, there is a tendency to retrieve some of the marginalized thinkers of the past, like Rosa Luxemburg, Antonio Gramsci, and Hannah Arendt, to understand the balkanization of USSR, and indeed to Marx himself to grasp the contradictions in the developments in post-revolutionary China. These are no more mere practical, they're no more seen as mere practical failures, but also as consequences of conceptual crisis. There are also attempts to understand the new phenomena, like the global empire, like Negri and Hart are trying to do, neoliberalism, the failure of welfare capitalism, and the unprecedented growth of right-wing politics in the West as well as in the East. The ethical concerns of Deleuze and Guattari, the rediscovery of the Spinozist ideas of by Louis Althusser, the reinterpretation of Leninism by Slavoj Žižek, the analysis of the new strategies and the crisis of capitalism by Thomas Piketty and Samir Amin, the analysis of post-colonial societies by thinkers like Akhil Membe, the conceptualization and the biopolitics of governance and resistance by Hart and Negri, the new turns Marxist aesthetics seems to be taking in thinkers like Agamben and Rancière. The dialogues between Marxism and post-structuralism one may find in thinkers like Michel Foucault and his followers. The new conversation that has begun to happen in India among Marxists, Ambedkarites, and Gandhians, to which thinkers like Akhil Bilgrami, who is also a contributor to this issue, by the way, and Anand Teltumde have made important contributions. I could add names like Gopal Guru too, have made important contributions. The attempt to understand the decline of democracy by thinkers like Goran Terborn, George Monbiot, Stephen Levitsky, Daniel Siblat, Juan Luis, Jacques Rancière, or Pierre Bourdieu. All of these reflect a new theoretical urgency whose roots, a new kind of theoretical urgency whose roots can be traced to the retreat of the left in many countries or its compromises in a few others with a Keynesian sort of welfare capitalism. Feminists and ecologists and the theorists of new communication technology like Yuval Noah Harari or Bruno Latour, one could name several others, have also been raising important questions along with that of some of these issues, along with also the black intellectuals and the Dalit intellectuals. I'm happy to see that some of these issues are being taken up by the contributors to this 90th issue of Littcrit that opens with an incisive essay by Akhil Bilgrami on the theory of imperialism proposed by Prabhat and Utsa Patnaik. I refrain from commenting on the specific contents, which is better left to the enlightened readers of Littcrit. With these very few words, I launch virtually the 90th issue of Littcrit, which I believe is a landmark issue and the product, as I understand, of an important seminar. Thank you, Dr. Ajayakumar, for Ajay for holding the issue up so that others can see that. So I'm happy to release this issue. And I'm also honored to deliver a talk on a topic which is very much after my heart,